Bitcoin is at $52,000. And this has been, ladies and gentlemen, has been our target. We're going to discuss this. We're going to also discuss as to what is happening next and what is actually causing this pump and how can we understand it and what can we do to actually reposition ourselves possibly. And also, which token did I just buy more of? That is going to be closer to the end of the video. This is going to be a very important video, so please make sure to watch it from the beginning and until the end because there is some crazy breaking news on Bitcoin right now that I just want to share with you, which actually fuels this whole entire narrative. Let me just get straight into this, and before I do, I want to tell you I'm going to be doing an offline mastermind for only 8 people. Where we're going to just sit down in my penthouse in Dubai with a beautiful view and just in my living room, and we're going to discuss I'm going to bring in those 8 people and we're going to discuss what is it that they're doing wrong in life that they could actually do better in terms of their relationships, in terms of their trading, in terms of their investments, in terms of their financial decisions, in terms of their business or maybe team building or whatever. So whatever questions there might arise. So only 8 seats there are. And if you're interested, I'm going to leave a link to this form right here down in the description. This video is also in the pinned comment. You can fill it out if you want to be one of these 8 people to come to Dubai. So please fill it out only if you're in Dubai or if you're actually willing to fly in for this offline mastermind. So yeah, and it's going to happen soon. I'm going to announce exactly when. So if you're interested, please go down in the description of this video and fill out this form. So now let's just jump straight into this and let's quickly get over the news because this is just very juicy. Before I give you the news, just remember what is happening as of right now. What we've been trying to track is the inflation. And actually, if you look at true inflation, it's like at 1.4%, whatever. And we really wanted to see a reduction in inflation, and the forecast was 2.9, but actually it came in at 3.1, which is not very good. And that's why S&P 500, NASDAQ, and other US markets actually dropped a bit. And also, if we look at the core, forecast 3.7, but it didn't even budge. It just stays at 4%. It's actually quite sticky, and you can also see the progression here. That's not very good because it can actually affect when Fed is going to pivot, when the US is going to start printing money again, and the longer they keep the rates high, the more the probability of a bigger correction and a recession, whatever, and something breaking in the system. So that's quite painful. But despite this, Bitcoin keeps rallying like a mofo, like a mofo. And the reason is very simple. And the reason is what I've been telling you before. And guys, before I come to Bybit, before I show you exactly what I'm doing personally, remember that if you're trading actively, you need to set up an account immediately on the exchange that you can actually trust. And Bybit is one of those exchanges and doesn't have any stupid thought about it like Binance, for example. And it gives you up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses, and it grants you access to my trading community, which there is a link to down in the description of this video, which you cannot pay for. And there is a lot of people making money there. So if you're still not part of it, all the links down in the description. Okay, let's move on. So for now, yeah, and again, this is the trueflation. So again, they were actually predicting that the CPI is going to go down to 2.5, which it didn't. It did not at all. It stayed 3.1. So that's quite painful. So that's bad news. But if you look at Bitcoin, it doesn't give a shit. And before we come back to the chart and discuss it, before I show you which coin I actually just purchased more of, and I'm going to give you an update on my altcoin, meme coin bullshit holding as well, just for fun. But what is more important is that Bitcoin, for one, is back at 1 trillion, and the entire market cap of crypto is like back at 2 trillion, which is quite crazy if you think about it. It's happening faster than we thought. So that's why I've been saying before, when everybody was so negative, I was saying that this cycle could surprise everyone. So that's why I was stacking sats like crazy. But here is what I really want you to pay attention to. This is the data of all the ETFs back from February 13th, so the day before yesterday. And the total net inflow was 631 million, which was quite good. So as you can see, BlackRock is ramping up. Actually, Grayscale right here, selling is slowing down. It's like 72 million. So in comparison to 500 million a day previously, slowly going down steadily. And BlackRock is just going crazy. But that's not all. Let's actually look at what happened yesterday, which is the 14th. And this here, 700 million in net flow from just BlackRock alone. Wow, this is incredible. And then we're wondering as to why Bitcoin is pumping. Well, they're going to get the Bitcoin from somewhere. I mean, right now, there is 12 or like 15 times more demand from overall and the actual institutions and the ETFs than there is production of Bitcoin. Look at it as a company. when a company is producing one item and then there is 10 people to buy that item, imagine what happens to the price. And then imagine that in a couple of months that one item will be slashed into half an item. Just imagine. Like, do we need an explanation as to what is happening? So then, what is it just gonna keep running like this? And I'm gonna get back to this in just a second before I show you this. And this, guys, shows the change in momentum, in narrative, and this is gold. And look at the outflows. When I saw it, I was like, wait, what? So look at the outflows out of gold. Who needs this piece of shit? When this piece of shit literally doesn't even outperform inflation. So people and all these baby boomers and all these old style, kind of mindset people who still hold a lot of money because, well, they're supposed to because they're the oldest and the smartest, supposedly. They're actually losing and they're gonna actually miss out. So I cannot prove it, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of these outflows from gold are actually flowing into Bitcoin because they understand what's the point of having these piece of shit which doesn't perform, it doesn't go anywhere. So if you're predicting a huge megalithic collapse of human whatever, then maybe it makes sense to hold gold. Maybe somehow it will be store of value. Yeah, okay, if the electricity turns off. But if you take away all these 0.1% probabilities, then it's a piece of shit. Everybody knows this. So, and we are seeing crazy outflows. I mean, just compare these two things. Just compare them. And if you're still like, oh, I'm a gold believer, you, my friend, are an idiot. So anyway, let's get back to the chart. And before I tell you actually what I'm doing with Bitcoin and what I'm thinking is going to happen, let me show you that right here in my Bybit portfolio. And I also have a question for you guys. Because in the spot, you were asking me about it. Like, what am I doing right now with all the stuff I've had? So Beam, because we purchased Beam, it actually has 40% profit on it. TIA has some profit on it. OP, we closed with some profit. But we have like 4 of these that are not performing yet, which is Ladies, 50% down. Grape is like 70% down. Also Vino, like 60-something% down, and Bob and Vino, whatever. So Apex and Beam and Tia is kind of trying to cover for it, but overall we're still negative a little bit on these memes. And well, again, Apex and Beam is not much of a meme, but Ladies, Bob and Vino kind of is. But they seem to be showing some hopium for a trend reversal, so we will see in the short-term perspective, because these are just degen gambles that I'm holding right now just for fun. And I prepared a bit of more money to actually put into these. So, and I'm going to keep you updated. But in terms of what I've just purchased more of, and that is Apex. Because Apex, in my opinion, is showing very good returns, and it should be pumping more, even more. In my opinion, again, not financial advice, but that's just what I'm personally doing. So if you're going to take a look at Apex, this is where we purchased it initially, and now it's consolidating. And our targets were like $3, $6, and $10. And for now, I added another 40% extra to the position right here in this vicinity. So I promise to keep you updated. I'm keeping you updated. And I have, before I move to the Bitcoin chart, guys, I have a question. What if I did a challenge that I would create a new account on Bybit, I would put in precisely $1 million into it, and I would challenge myself with just 1 million publicly to make 10 million out of that 1 million with memes, with day trading, with degen gambles, with whatever in the next, let's say, 12 months, 12 to 24 months. So the bull market. Make out of 1 million, 10 million. Tell me in the comments, is that a good idea? Would you be wanting to actually watch these kinds of live streams and updates and everything live, basically, in the account? And everything traceable, everything like no questions asked, so to speak. Certainly, you're going to tell me, oh, Thomas, making 1 million, 10 million out of 1 is easy. Let's do 10,000 into a million. Well, for one, even making $10 out of $1 is still complicated. So making 10 million out of 1 million is still complicated. And I'm not interested in wasting my energy and time on making some bullshit out of bullshit. I've been there. I've done that. I've started in trading 10 years ago. I've started with $15,000 to my name. And it was complicated, and it was not interesting. So in the first few years until I hit my first million. So therefore, I'm not doing these small challenges. I'm Thomas Krallo. I'm managing a hedge fund. I don't want to waste my energy on something small. So if I'm doing a challenge online for everyone to see, I want to do a big one, like let's say 1 million into 10 million, or like 2 million into 20 million, into something interesting and for you guys to see. So tell me down in the comments if I should do a challenge like this, like publicly. And also, going back to Bitcoin right now, just want you to, for one, let's remove an area together, because we had, in terms of the probabilities, by the end of February, I told you that with a statistical 83% probability, we'll hit either one of the zones, like 52 to 58 or 25 to 31. And obviously, we've hit the other one, so congratulations, and we've done quite well. So therefore, we can just remove this. And for now, this zone of 52,000, let's go to this chart. Actually, no, this one. Oh, I just realized that I didn't have a level there. So 52K in of itself is also quite a very strong level. It's very difficult to see it in bigger time frame, but it is a very important level. We had many rejections. Also, this head and shoulders pattern, both shoulders. I know all these patterns, blah, blah, blah. But just order block wise, 52K is extremely strong. And if we go to a smaller time frame, we actually pumped all the way to 52.5. And for now, we're still kind of holding up this super micro uptrend. Well, again, in terms of this bigger uptrend. But something is telling me that we just cannot keep plowing unless, I don't know, BlackRock accumulates another $1 billion worth of Bitcoin off of the market today. Then possibly we'll just keep going. And for that, we're holding a lot of Bitcoin. And for that, you have Mr. Spot On who told you to accumulate Bitcoin. So, but anyway, without any of this, what I'm personally thinking, that there has to be some kind of a healthy correction. So let's say from 52 down to 50. So shake people out, those who are just degen gamblers with a lot of leverage long trades, because we're seeing a lot of leverage long trades right now. But at 52K, if we have a daily close above 52, we come back and retest it, then guess what? I mean, 58 it is. 58 is the target. So right now it's a critical point at 52. Let's see how that plays out. Again, should you short Bitcoin? I told you before, please be very careful with your shorts. Again, short-term shorts. We also place some shorts in our trading community. There's a link to it down in the description of this video. But we are playing them with super micro risk, and we are playing them just up and down and up and down. That's fine, scalp trading, day trading. But just in general, shorting Bitcoin from 52, expecting 38, I don't know, guys. Be very mindful. I'd rather be looking for long entries. And remember, about the community, there is a link to my community down in the description of this video. And if you want this mastermind, go fill out the application. Remember about the link to Bybit, up to 30K initial deposit bonuses. You need to be in the crypto space right now. And check out this quick tutorial as to how to actually trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management on all other altcoins as well. And let me know that in the comments about the 1 million to 10 million challenge if I shall do it. And as always, peace and love. I'm Strollo. Stay smart. Stay very rich. And I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.